You don't need to live under a dictatorship for your mind to be under siege. The most dangerous kind of control doesn't come with sirens, barbed wire, or secret police. It comes quietly, wrapped in familiar language, embedded in everyday media, cloaked in what everyone knows. That's why George Orwell's 1984 isn't just a book about the past or a warning about governments. It's a mirror, and it's angled straight at your mind. If you think mind control is something that happens out there, in some distant land or dark regime, think again. The battle for your thoughts isn't coming. It's already happening. Inside your head. In Orwell's 1984, the ruling party doesn't just want to control people's behavior. It wants to destroy the possibility of independent thought. Total obedience isn't enough. You're being trained to cherish your own prison. Because if they can control your thoughts, they don't need to control your body. You'll do their work for them. Willingly. Let's break down why controlling thought is more powerful than brute force. Imagine the strongest person you know. They could overpower maybe 3, 5, 10 people at most. But even the strongest individual is no match for a united group of thinkers who question authority. That's the problem with relying on force. It has limits. And people fight back. Authoritarians know this. That's why they prefer something far more effective than force: compliance through belief. If they can convince you that obedience is right, even moral, they don't have to lift a finger. You'll police yourself. You'll give your time, your energy, even your identity, all in the name of serving their cause. And you'll call it freedom. Let's call this what it is: psychological manipulation. If they can make you believe their lies, then you'll stop seeking the truth. And if you're not seeking truth, you're no longer a threat. That's the real prize, your mind. To achieve this kind of control, authoritarian systems rely on two primary tools: violence and indoctrination. Violence is the obvious one. Step out of line and you're punished. But there's a problem with ruling through fear. People don't forget. If you rule someone with threats, they may obey on the outside, but inside, they're still fighting you. They're waiting, plotting, hoping to escape or retaliate the moment they get the chance. That's why indoctrination is so much more effective and so much more dangerous. Indoctrinated people don't just obey, they believe. They believe the authoritarian is right, that the rules are just, and that dissent is evil. And when someone truly believes, they'll obey without question. No rebellion, no resistance, no second thoughts. So how does indoctrination work? It usually happens in 3 stages. The first is intermediation. This is where the authority figure inserts themselves between you and reality. They present themselves as the ultimate source of truth. Don't trust your eyes. Trust us. Don't think for yourself. We'll do that for you. The second stage is isolation. Once they become your source of truth, they sever your access to alternative perspectives. Critical voices are silenced, mocked, or banned. Books are rewritten. History is edited. Language is reshaped to limit what you can even think. And before long, your worldview is a closed system, sealed off from contradiction. The third stage, while not explicitly spelled out in the dialogue, is clear in Orwell's vision: internalization. You no longer need to be convinced. You've absorbed their version of reality. Their words become your thoughts. Their goals become your goals. And worst of all, you don't realize it's happened. That's when they've won. The scary part? This isn't just fiction. It doesn't require an all-powerful regime to take root. These tactics play out in media, culture, social pressure, and yes, even within ourselves. Every time we accept a claim without questioning it, every time we silence a thought because it's unpopular, every time we surrender our curiosity for comfort, we inch closer to that very world that Orwell warned us about. Because 1984 isn't just a book, it's a blueprint. Not for the oppressors, but for you. It's a manual for staying awake, for thinking clearly, for resisting the quiet, creeping takeover of your mind. The real battlefield isn't outside. It's inside your head. That's where freedom lives or dies. So ask yourself, whose voice are you listening to? Whose thoughts are you thinking? And when was the last time you questioned the script you've been handed? Because in a world that wants your mind, thinking for yourself is the most radical act of all. If you found this video meaningful and interesting, drop a comment below and share your experience. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might find this content useful. And as always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.